Welcome to the vlog this week. We're up nice and early because we're gonna go to a beach that's pretty far away. So we're gonna ride in the car over there and it's gonna be dope, but I'm still making my vlog. I'm dedicated. So I have this huge thing of water. This is like 6 liters because so our water works like this. This is how our water works. So we go to the store and we buy these and we put them on this. And these are big old 19 liters. I don't know how many gallons that is, but so we buy those and we have 2 stores. We have a store that's over there and we have a store that's back there. And I guess there's one more. It's over there, it's the biggest one, but it's farther away. And whenever we go get those, we walk, so we don't go to that store. But both of our stores, that one and that one, are completely out. They've been out for like a week. So at first we're just like, fine, no water at the house. We're like, I bet they'll get water tomorrow. And so we just waited like a day and they didn't have any. We waited another day and they didn't have any. And they're like, fine, we'll just get the big water bottles. So we got these. These are 1.5 liters. And then I drank it. I drank it just in that night, so I woke up in the morning and I didn't have any water. I was like, fine, screw this. The stupid gallons aren't full, and they're never coming back in stock, so I'm just buying one of these huge things. So I just got this huge 6 liter water bottle. So that's my water right now. But other than that, it's Monday. This week we didn't have anyone at church, which kind of sucked because Lucas and Andrew were sick, but we did meet a bunch of cool people. We have a lot of potential right now. I'm going to start with a story from last week. So this is last Sunday. Last Sunday, it was still the holiday. Okay, so the holiday, I thought it was only 2 days. Turns out they take the 2 days that were a little over a week ago and they turn it into a week vacation. So like everything was still closed this week. And it was so annoying. I thought it was over and then everything's still closed. But back to the story, I need to shave, dang it. This isn't that bad though. But so we have nothing to do on Sunday and everyone's out of town and it's starting to get towards like the night time. So then we're like, crap, what are we gonna do? Everyone's gone. And we're like, we could go to the main place in contact, or we never have this much free time. We can go, there's this dude that I met my first week here who was our investigator, and then he like disappeared. And I remember when we taught him, he just had like super awesome questions. He was like super engaged in the lessons, and he was just awesome. He was super ready. And then he just disappeared. Like he's friends with a member, and the member like, yeah, I don't have his new phone number. And the member like doesn't work with him anymore, and then his phone numbers went inactive because he got a new phone number. And the member didn't have his new one, and we're like, what? And then a little while ago, I was looking at his teaching record, and I saw that we had his address. Even though I'd never been to his address, we always just met him at the member's house. It's like, oh, we have his address. It's kind of far away. It's off the map, but like we had nothing to do. So we're like, this is a better idea. I was like, this dude's awesome. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna find him. And so we ride all the way out there. I'm gonna show you the map. So we're up here. We're over here. And we're like, we're gonna go find our dude. So we rode all the way down here and we rode out here. We rode. It's probably only like right here. And then we went down. And it's like right over here, I think. Somewhere around there. But so we rode way the crap out there. And we're looking for his house. and the address was like screwed up, like stuff was flipped around, and so every single person we asked, it just confused them, and then they're like, because like it said in front of elementary school 3, but in this section, and like it just didn't match up, and then everyone was just confused everyone. And then eventually we were like, great. We'd been looking for like an hour, and we were way the crap, or no, it was more than that. It was like an hour and a half. We're like, we're in all the way at that point. Like we're way the crap out there, and we've been looking for an hour and a half. We're gonna find this dude's house, and we're out there. I'm like, maybe Brother Joko knows where his house is. I bet he knows where his house is. This member knows where his house is. And we're like, okay, we're gonna call him. So we call him, and we're like, hey, do you know where our boy Pop Bunky's house is? And he's like, oh, yeah, I know where it is. It's like, oh, can you tell us where it is? Like, we're trying to find it, but we can't find it. And he's like, oh, I just have his new phone number. I'm like, what? You have his new phone number and you didn't tell us? Okay, that's fine. But can you just give us a new phone number? And he was like, yeah, I'll send it right there. And he sent it to us. And then I call him, like, hey, Pop Bunky. He like answered. I'm like, yes. Boom. Pop Bunky, we're looking for your house. Can you tell us where your house is? Like, we're lost. And he's like, oh, Elder, I'm sorry, I'm outside the city right now. I'm on, they call it Mudik when you go home for Eid al-Fitr. He's like outside the city. I forgot where he went, but I was like, dang it. We're all the way out here, and oh well. I'm like, well, can you at least tell us your address, because we're out here? And he's like, oh, okay. So he gave us his address, and then we found his house and whatnot. But that stunk, and I was like, can we just meet you later this week? And he's like, sure. And so later the week we called a few times, like Tuesday, and he couldn't meet, but then we called some other day, like Thursday, and he was like, yeah, I can meet tonight. I'm like, okay. Or it was Wednesday. I said, can we come over tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, I can meet tomorrow night. And then he called Thursday. He's like, I'm sorry, I have a event. I can't meet anymore. I'm like, dang it. Classic. It always happens. And then, like, fine, we'll try again later. And then we tried Sunday, and we're like, hey, can you come to church? Because back a little while ago, he'd come to church before. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, right now I'm at work, but maybe like next week or something. But you can come over to my house tonight. We're like, okay. So we went there last night, and we taught him again, and he was like even more awesome. He was like asking all these questions. Like, we taught him the plan of salvation because his dad died, and the whole reason he started investigating the church was because his wife died. So like that was me and Elder Mayor's plan, was we wanted to teach him the plan of salvation ever since I met him, because we hadn't taught him it yet. Like, okay, the next time we're gonna teach him plan of salvation. Then he disappeared, but now we found him again, so we taught him it, and he was like, ooh, like he thought it was pretty sweet. And then we invited him to get baptized. He's like, oh, so like, how long will it take me to get ready to get baptized? What are the requirements? So what do I actually need to do? And we're like, okay, we'll help you out. Just like, we'll help you out. So he's pretty freaking awesome. And then he was even like, oh, you guys don't need to ride so far to my house. We can just meet at the church. And we're like, yes, that's a way better idea. We were probably gonna ask you if we could do that anyway, because your house is way the crap out here. But he's like, super awesome. It was dope. It's completely different than we took our friend Brother Manda to. Brother Manda's my old zone leader here, and now he's my ward mission leader. And I don't know, he probably follows you on Instagram, but there's, what's it called? So we took him to a lesson, him and his mom, because we helped we helped out with some service at the church, and then Brother Ron was like, "Hey, do you want me to come to your lesson right now? I have some time. If you just like help me clean the car real quick." We're like, "Okay." So we helped clean the car, and then him and his mom came to our lesson, which were like, we wanted them to come to the lesson right after the lesson we were going to, but we're like, okay, we'll take fellowshippers whenever we can get them. But so they came to our lesson. It was awesome because we got to ride in the car there. But we went to our lesson, and we get there, and it's this dude we'd taught like 2 times or something like that. Yeah, 2 times, and he'd read the pamphlet, and we wanted to read the Book of Mormon with him because we thought that he hadn't read yet, which is true. So we get to his house, and we're gonna read with him is the plan. We get in, and like we just wait. I let my buddies, my brother Manda and his mom, introduce themselves, and they're talking. And Brother Manda's, he's like a super awesome member, and he's basically still a missionary because he went home, so he was already starting to do missionary stuff. He's like, "Oh, so what have they taught you?" And we're like, "Oh, have you read yet?" And he's like, no, I haven't. I told you I'm not gonna read the Book of Mormon. It's like, what? You said you were gonna read it last time, but whatever. Okay. And he's like, he like started going ham. He was like, "This is my house, and I decide what's going on here. It's your decision if you want to believe this." And I was like, going ham. He's like, "We're not reading this in my house because I'm in charge of this house. If you want to read, you go out of here and read." And we're just like, okay, Yoda, see ya. We're like, "Can we pray for you before we leave? Goodbye." And then we just left. So it kind of sunk. We brought members to some trashy lesson, but we had an awesome lesson last night, which is super dope. And then we met some other dude behind an Indonesia. Actually, we met him there like last week, and then he was like, "Come back after the holidays." So we did, and then he was there, and turns out he'd already had a Book of Mormon, and he'd already read. He's like, already read a couple chapters. We're like, yes. We like explained the story. We did the restoration, and we did a little bit about the Book of Mormon. And he's like, "Oh, I knew I'd heard about Joseph Smith before. Let me go get my book." And he goes and gets the Book of Mormon, and he's already read to like 1 Nephi 3 or a couple chapters in 1 Nephi. And we're like, whew, heck yeah. So then we met some other dudes. We met a lot of people this week. So yeah. We also did a competition to see who could invite the most people to church in the district, and last place had to buy first place ice cream. So the sisters have to buy the other elders ice cream today, which is kind of funny. But I'm disappointed I didn't win ice cream. But I'm not buying ice cream, so that's good. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. We need to get going and email before we go to this dope beach. You'll get pictures of this beach next week. It's gonna be sweet. Or Alex can probably just see them on Manda's Instagram. He'll probably put them up on there. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. See ya.